Dear students, once again, welcome back to the English literature class. Today we are continuing with the same poem, unit number 6. Title of the poem is Daffodils, written by William Wordsworth. Today we are going to discuss about the third and fourth stanzas. Before we move to the class, let's recollect those poems which we were discussing in the previous classes. In the previous classes, we were discussing about first and second stanzas. I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on higher vales and hills, when all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils, beside the lake, beneath the trees, fluttering and dancing in the breeze. So when I was moving in the sky like a lonely cloud, I found a crowd of golden daffodils. It was spread beside the lake under the trees, and it was moving and dancing in the breeze. This was the first stanza. And the second stanza there we have seen continues as the stars that shine and twinkle on the Milky Way. They stretched in never-ending line along the margin of a bay. 10,000 saw I at a glance, tossing their heads in sprightly dance. So it was continuously making its movement, which was something like how the stars are shining in the sky, twinkling on the Milky Way, how it makes its beauty. In the same way, the daffodil flowers were continuously moving and shining like stars in the Milky Way. They stretched in never-ending line, so it was covered in a large area along the margin of a bay. 10,000 saw I at a glance, tossing their heads in sprightly dance. So I have found near about 10,000. So actually, the author has never experienced or never seen 10,000, but he's using this word for giving exaggeration, or another word, to give the real feeling what he got. He just want to communicate the same feeling with the reader. That's why he used 10,000. So 10,000 saw I at a glance. At a look I have seen 10,000 in number, tossing their heads in sprightly dance. So this is what we were discussing in the previous class, first and second stanza. So today we are going to discuss third and fourth stanza. So let's continue. The wolves beside them danced, but they outdid the sparkling wolves in glee. A poet could not but be gay in such a jocund company. I gazed and gazed, but little thought what wealth the show to me had brought. I repeat, the wolves beside them danced, but they outdid the sparkling wolves in glee. A poet could not be gay in such a jocund company. I gazed and gazed, but little thought what wealth the show to me had brought. So before we move to the meaning, let's discuss the meaning of a few number of words. First one, outdid. Outdid means surpassed. Second word, glee, which means a strange feeling of happiness. Third word, jocund. Jocund means cheerful. So these are the three unfamiliar words. Just go through it, learn the meaning very well. Now let's move to the meaning of this stanza. The wolves beside them danced. Okay, actually in the breeze, the daffodil flowers were making movement and it was dancing. At the same time, in the lake, we have already seen the daffodil flowers were flourished beside the lake. So in the lake, along with the breeze, the water was making small waves. So the waves beside them danced. So beside the daffodil flowers in the pond or in the lake, the water was dancing. But they outdid the sparkling waves in glee. But what had happened? The daffodil flowers defeated the wolves in the lake because of their strong feeling of happiness. So, in other words, because of the excess joy of the daffodil flowers, they were able to defeat the wolves in the dance. So, it was some can be considered something like a competition between the wolves in the lake and the movements of the daffodil flowers. But the daffodil flowers were able to win because of their happy mood. A poet could not but be gay in such a jocund company. So, for a poet, he is not able to do anything else rather than joining in that cheerful company. So, for a poet, when he was looking at these daffodil flowers, it gave a lot of joy in his heart. That's why he says a poet could not but be gay. Gay means to join with a cheerful company. Okay, in such a joke company. So rather than that, he is not able to do anything. So that's why the poet says, as a poet, I could do only one thing, that I can join with them in their cheerful company. I gazed and gazed, but little thought what will the show to me had brought. So, for the author, he says, when he was gazing or when he was continuously looking at the flower, there was a question in his mind, there was a thought in his mind. What was the question? What wealth the show had bought, or what wealth has given to the author by this beautiful scene? So the waves beside them danced, but they outdid the sparkling waves in glee. A poet could not but be gay in such a jocund company. I gazed and gazed, but little thought what will the show to me had brought. So, by looking at this flower for a long time, what the poet said, a poet could not but be gay in such a jocund company. Rather than joining with this energetic, cheerful company, a poet is not having any other role there. He's not having any work there. But again, I gazed and gazed. I was continuously looking at this flower, this beautiful scene. But little thought, there was a question when I was looking at this flower, what well the show to me had brought. Because of looking at this flower, this beautiful scene, what I have learned, what I have earned, that was the question that was thought in the mind of the author. For oft, when all my coach I lie, in vacant or in pensive mood, they flash upon that inward eye, which is the bliss of solitude, and then my heart with pleasure fills and dances with the daffodils. A few new words are there. First one, pensive. Pensive means sad or thoughtful, means in a sad mood, pensive mood, sad mood. Bliss means complete happiness, and solitude means state of being alone, loneliness. Now let's see what is the meaning of this last stanza. So there is a speciality of with this stanza. There is a speciality with this stanza. What's the speciality? The remaining three stanzas are speaking about the memory of the author. Okay, you will be understanding it once when we explain its meaning. For oft means often. Often when on my couch I lie. So when often when I lie on my couch, in vacant or in pensive mood, when I am free or when I am in a sad mood, they flash upon that inward eye. What is meant by they? They means the daffodil flowers. Daffodil flowers flash upon my inward eye, which is the bliss of solitude. So when I am feeling loneliness, the beautiful scene of daffodils will be flashing in my inward eye. And then my heart with pleasure fills and dances with the daffodils. My heart will be filled with pleasure, joy, and it will start dancing with the daffodils. So, what's the speciality of this stanza? In this stanza, the author is speaking about his present time. Right now, when I lie on the couch, on my couch, so by the time I'm remembering about a scene or a beautiful scenery which I have seen years before. So the first three stanzas, he is speaking about an experience which he had years before. And the fourth stanza is speaking about his present mood, present time. So there itself, I hope you have got a clear idea about it. So for oft, when on my couch I lie. So when I lie on my couch very often, in vacant or in pensive mood, either I am free or when I am spending my leisure time or in a very sad mood. Daffodil flowers flash upon that inward eye. So the daffodil flowers will be flashing upon my or flashing in my memory, which is the bliss of solitude. So when I am feeling loneliness, it will be flashing in my memory, and then my heart with pleasure fills and dances with the daffodils. My heart will be filling with joy, and it will start dancing with the daffodil flowers. So, dear students, this is the poem written by William Wordsworth titled as Daffodils, one of the most and beautiful poem written by William Wordsworth. Only four stanzas are there, very easy wordings, and it is giving a very beautiful meaning. It's not a difficult poem. It will be very easy for you to learn this poem. So, dear students, just go through the lines, previous lines, and try to understand its meaning. Learn all the points very well. With this, we are winding up this chapter. This chapter is getting over by this class. Still, we meet in the next class with the next chapter. I would like to sign off. Thank you.